They call this place the melting pot. From what I see, what's melting are the dreams of people who came here looking for something better. For many, the promise of freedom fades into something worse than the ghettos and slums from which they have fled. A few climb up into the sunlight and rise to comfort, even to power and wealth. But for the masses, America is bleak and disillusioning. What the East Side needs, what this neighborhood needs, is an angel.
Henry Street is a one-hour scripted drama series based on the memoirs of Lillian Wald, one of the most well-known and best-loved women of her time.
She knew what she needed to do, and she did it.
Good morning, Jacob.
Our story also cherry-picks from the writings of Jacob Riis, a Danish immigrant who documented life on New York's East Side while working as a police reporter. Our story is seen through the eyes of Lillian, a naive 24-year-old who wants to change things for New York's suffering immigrants.
Help them to do what?
Help them to help themselves, sir.
Where is he? Where's the doctor?
She didn't think twice if she felt strongly about something, she just went for it.
I can't do a thing. It's one fee to cut her open and another to sew her back up.
You will allow a woman to bleed to death?
Love-tormented Jacob Riis surfaces when she least expects him to.
I don't know who you are, miss, but I am not a doctor of charity.
May I be of some assistance, ma'am?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
Doctor, perhaps you'd like to push me.
Our episodes will feature characters whose stories carry equal weight.
No, if you'll excuse me. The flat is no longer to let.
Could it be that Mr. Murphy's biases have rubbed off on you, Mrs. McRae?
I've nothing to do with that stingy curmudgeon beyond my employment.
Mrs. McRae definitely has two sides to her. Something happens and she rediscovers a softer side to herself.
Are you okay, Mom? Do you have a hankering for him?
Tommy McRae, have you been with those Mulberry Street boys again?
What she really wants is to make a life and give Tommy a better opportunity. Her biggest fear is that he'll fall in with street gangs and go deeper into a darker world that is prevalent at that time.
Lillian can always count on the chivalrous Leo Cassell.
His father has sent him over to America to learn a little bit more of the banking trade.
And her demanding benefactor, Wall Street titan Jacob Schiff.
You are but a child. He looks at her and he sees a very young girl. The more he speaks to her, the more he sees a very intelligent person.
And of course, they had their differences.
I will not permit a religious symbol to be on display at the Henry Street house.
You mean the Christmas tree, sir?
Yes, that tree.
I very much look forward to serving as your confidant, as a trusted advisor.
Advisor?
He sees himself higher up the totem pole than perhaps he actually is.
He's charming, he's handsome.
You are the instrument of my affections.
His flirtatious style is a little bit in your face. I could lose my position.
I want you, Mary, to call me Leo.
Please, Leo.
The lower classes, the poor, don't really mean that much to him. They were a class of people that was really not important to him.
Please, don't keep the on tenterhooks waiting news of her condition.
I am not a miracle worker. There is nothing that can be done in a case like Miss Brewster.
Miss Brewster is not a case. She is a living, breathing woman too young to be stalked by the angel of death. My father stipulated that his hospital be used to unearth a cure.
Wish I was free.
Free of what, child?
Mr. Ackerman, the sweatshop.
Do they speak English?
No. Why should they?
If you want to get the most money out of those boys, we need to give them more to eat. I've been told to enter through the back door.
Oh, have you now?
That man at the table,
Name.
Mr. Murphy, does he dislike all Jewish and Italian people?
I don't need or want your help.
Please let me explain.
Explain it to your precious Elizabeth. I'll no longer live in the shadow of her ghost. Now leave me alone. I hate you.
Lillian's stubborn idealism
Doctor!
and her personal life choices will eventually get her into a world of trouble.
I shall find out who signed your diploma and ask him to rescind it once I know your name.
And I shall have you arrested once I know yours.
And give us all a reason to come back to Henry Street.
You're never too young to change the world.